Hi guys, it's me again, Charles Norman from ProfessorQSportsSolutions.com, PQ Sports Products, and the Athletic Scholarship Academy.com websites. I'm going to do my review today for the Point Guard College. Now, those of you who followed me at all know every single year for the last few years I've done a review of Point Guard College. I've acknowledged it's my favorite basketball campus, the one I recommend to anyone that asks me where they should send their kid for a basketball camp, and it just is the way to do it, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later. And the reason I'm going to do this one differently than I've normally done it. Usually I just make this video where I'm just talking to you and I recommend the course that you should take. They've just broadened out the courses so much. They've changed the names of the courses. They've just expanded the number of offerings that they have. And for a parent, and everything I do is for a parent, I just want to take the confusion out of it for you so that you understand what you're getting into. And because it's so expensive to me, I mean, maybe, I've sent my kids maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago to these camps, so maybe the prices just seem exorbitant to me because I'm not paying it anymore. But I received an email from them just this morning going over which courses you're taking in which order, and there were like 4 courses they were recommending you take, and I just don't know who can afford it. That just doesn't seem reasonable to me. Nothing against Point Guard College. I'm sure that what they're telling you is absolutely right, but what I'm going to do in this review is I'm going to actually break and go in and let you look over my shoulder. I'm going to go to the website and we're going to do an on-screen look at each course, and I'm going to tell you why I'm recommending what I'm recommending for courses for you to take. Now, let me answer a couple of the other questions that I always get. Am I getting paid? How do I get compensated by Point Guard College? I do not get compensated at all. I have no association with Point Guard College. The only reason I know about Point Guard College is because someone recommended it to me for my kid years ago, and it completely changed their game. It's the only camp that I sent them to that changed their game, and I saw it. And I don't know any other way to put it, but I saw the difference. And so people always ask me, well, give me an example of what you mean by that. And so when I knew I was going to make this video, as I was driving over to come do this at the park, I tried to think of some players that I could say, these are the type of players that I would say would have gone through Point Guard College and turned out the way that it turned out. So let me give you 3 players that are in the NBA, and then you can kind of see what I'm talking about. The first player I would come up with is LaMarcus Aldridge from Portland. The next player would be someone like Manu Ginobili from the San Antonio Spurs. And then I would say from the Golden State Warriors, I would say Klay Thompson is that type of player. Now, none of these players, of the 3 players I just named, are even considered the best player necessarily on their team, right? For Portland, you got Lillard, you got for Golden State, I'd rather watch Steph Curry play. I mean, he's a very exciting player, but he would probably be considered the star of that team. And for San Antonio, I guess Tony Parker or Tim Duncan. I don't know which one you would pick, but if you watch those 3 players that I named for you earlier, if you watch how they play, the game seems kind of effortless when you watch them play. There's an ease to their game. And I'm talking about on both ends of the court. They create havoc. They seem to understand when they do something, it is for a purpose. They affect both sides of the court, but they don't do it in a flashy way. It's nothing that you would, they can make the All-Star team, obviously, but they're always that one person where if you see them talking about the All-Star team for every year, they go, well, this guy could get left out because. And so it's not to say they're the best players. Obviously they're better players, and I'm even on their own team, but that's what I'm kind of going about when I'm saying this is what Point Guard College, to me, this is what you're going to see. What you're going to see is a purpose. When those players are playing, there's a purpose to everything they do. There's no unnecessary movement. There's no I'm the superstar, watch me go do what I do. They have a purpose for everything, and on both sides of the court, offensive, defense, they get the game. They understand what's going on. I don't know a better way to put it. For the player, what you're going to end up with is an aha moment. They're going to come back from this camp, and they're going to go and they're going to be playing, and they don't even know what they picked up from this camp. Camp is like any other camp. They went there, it was a great experience, they learned a lot, but they're going to hit that court probably a week later after they come back. They're going to go to practice, they're going to be in a game, and the game is going to seem like it's slowed down for them. They're going to be playing, they're going to go, whoa, I see this, I see that, I could do this, I could do that. I mean, all these things are happening, but they're happening quickly for them. They're a step ahead of the game. For a parent that's sitting in the stands, you're going to see it also. You're going to go, wow, my kid, just the way their movements are, just the way, even when they're walking out from the huddle, you know, you're going from the huddle and you're getting ready to go get ready to play, their presence is going to be completely different on the court. I don't know any other way to explain it, but I know it when I see it. You know, it's one of those things. So let me stop here, and then we're going to go, and I'm going to go show you on the website. We're going to go to the website. Hi guys. Okay, so now we're on the Point Guard College basketball website. This is the address for it, pgcbasketball.com, and I just went to the courses link here. So let's go over real quickly which courses are considered the ones to take, and then I'll give you my opinion, and then we'll look at the pricing. So if you watch this video, they will talk about taking prep school, the essentials course, the Point Guard College course, and the game time course. And I'll go a little more into those in a minute. But I don't think most people are going to be spending the money that it's going to take. And I don't think necessarily you have the time every summer to take one of their courses. And there's a little bit of an overlap on, especially for these two. And then if you took these two, like essentials, prep school, they kind of feed into what Point Guard College, kind of get you ready for Point Guard College. But with the sophistication of how the kids are training anyway today, I think if I was going to just take one course from them, this would be the one to take. This is the core of what Dick DeVinzio, who founded Point Guard College, was all about. And don't worry about being a point guard. It really is the intangibles of the game. It's not so much the physical effort of the game. That's what Essentials does a lot of. You know, when you go to the basket, how to do your pump fakes, how to finish strong, how to make your passes. So there, you know, all of that stuff that you can get. And in my world, I believe in a private training, because what you want to do is get what's good for your kid, not necessarily in general. And you're gonna get a lot of that in Point Guard College also. It's just that it's a sort of advanced, and they sort of go over it quickly versus what the way they do it in the Essentials program. Prep school, it's great. It used to be when they originally started Point Guard College, they didn't allow anyone that was not in high school already. So this was really kind of came out of the 7th and 8th graders, because the parents wanted to get their kid in, because everybody thinks their kid's advanced, so they should be here. I would skip this. I would not send my kid to Point Guard College until they had at least 1 year of high school under their belt. Even if they went in and they were varsity first year, I would still wait. And the reason is, again, because the difference between high school and pre-high school is that the coach is in control, and so you need to learn that you don't control everything. Prior to that, if your kid's a good athlete, you've sort of been in the mix and you'll move around from team to team. You had more control because you were paid most likely, or they needed you. So in high school, the coach rules, man. That's just the way it is. And so it's good to learn that, because if they're going to go play collegiate, it's even worse. The coach really rules. So anyway, and then game time is actually really great. It's a great program, but this is your gold standard right here. So let's go take a look now at the pricing. And if you come to the website here, you know, they go over the different courses and what you can and can't do. So they'll talk about them, each of the courses. So if we go over here to how it works, and let's go look at pricing. And so here, you know, Point Guard College has really gotten sophisticated now. The guys that are doing it now are really great. When I went back, Dina Evans, whose name's up here, was sort of running this, and now they have a new group of people. Dick DeVinzio, the guy that started it, died a few years back. This guy, his whole outlook on basketball was pure genius. I don't know how he was as a coach. He seems like he'd be pretty tough to play for, but his philosophy is really great for a young player. And then Dina Evans was his protege. He brought her into it, and then she took it over for a while. And now the new guys, Mano and Tyler and all those guys, took it over. And I'm telling you, they all do a great job. They all stay true to his teachings. So it's really great the way the transition has gone for this program. So you're not getting a watered down or a corporate version of this. These guys are serious about what they're doing, so you won't go to a better camp. So if we look down here at the tuition packages, one of the things I saw right away is marketing 101 here, right? You have 3 different price points, and this one is the one that's sort of the sweet spot. You kind of get a little bit more. You don't get anything here but the regular camp, right? You get the 37 plus hours of instruction, and then the dorm room for 5 days and 4 nights, and there you go. The core package, you get a little bit more, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But one of the things I do, and one of the reasons I do this so early in the year, is because they usually offer an early sign-up bonus. And because we want to take the Point Guard College course, that's the one that usually sells out first. So you want to get in early. So make sure you get that course. If you're going to take one of the other ones, the essentials and the other ones, I think you'll be able to get in. And I really believe, and they never say this anywhere, is that the essentials and prep school is a little easier to teach versus Point Guard College. So they don't offer as many Point Guard College courses during each individual summer, because the person who's giving that, who's running that, is really on top of their game, and game time is probably the same way. I haven't even looked to see how many of each they do. You guys can come on here and look at the schedule. So I always like to sign up early anyway and buy the insurance. That's what I would have done. So what are they giving? Usually they used to give $100 off of the course, which, made this a little more reasonable. This is now $695 and $895 and, $1195. Wow. I've been away from this a long time. So that was great, but they don't do that anymore because the marketing guys probably said, let's not lower our price. Let's just give more value, which is, a good marketing ploy. So they're going to give you, for signing up early, this pack. You're going to get this gift pack. And the reason I'm even mentioning this is because if I was doing this when I did it, I would get this basic package and I would buy this book. This book is called Stuff Good Players Should Know. You have to have this book for your kid. If I could not go to Point Guard College because it's just too expensive, I would go and buy this book. This is, Dick DeVinzio wrote this book, and this is like all his notes he wrote as he was teaching kids back when he was doing it. It's the best. This is the best basketball training tool ever. Stuff Good Players Should Know. And it's an older book, but if you have this is sort of the Bible of if your kid's going to play basketball and they're serious, they'll keep this with them throughout their playing days. It's motivation, it's instructions, it's everything you need. This is like, you take this with you away to school, and if you're going to play in college, and you'll keep this with you and take it everywhere you go. The other book called Running the Show is actually pretty good. I think it's more geared towards a point guard than anything else, but it's a great book too, but it doesn't hold the value of this. And then you get this backpack. So it's a good deal. This book would cost you normally $29 from them. I looked on Amazon, it was $25. And then this book you can get for about $15 to $20 somewhere. So, it's a $40 value plus the backpack. It's fine. It's a good quality backpack. I've seen it. Some of the kids from last year that I recommended had it. It's a nice backpack, and it kind of shows that you went to Point Guard College. So maybe there's a little cachet in that. So it's not bad. It's something they're going to give you up front, but you're going to get this book anyway. So the other thing is, by signing up early, what if something happens? The one thing you guys don't know right now is what your club or travel ball is going to be doing during June, July, August, whenever they're having these courses. So then you could end up getting injured and you can't really participate. You could still go, but you can't really participate. And so you'll want to cancel. So I bought insurance when I did it all the time. I only went twice. My kid went twice. And the insurance came in handy that one time. So it's sort of a waste the other time, but it's peace of mind is peace of mind. So if you were to buy the basic package, you need to buy the book for $30, and then you would buy the insurance. But because you signed up early, you're going to get the book anyway. So it would be $7.95 plus, I think they charge $50 for the insurance, or $45 for the insurance, and then you're sort of covered. And to me, those are the things you need. Now, the core package, I looked this over, and they have a great set of videos. This is the gold right here in the core pack. So it's $200 more, but you're going to get this access for 1 year to their video vault for 15 or so training. It says 15 plus training videos. These are great follow-up videos. They're all on ball handling and passing and all the stuff that you're going to learn. I think most of the stuff you're going to learn in the Essentials program is going to be covered here. It's not, in person, but it's still a lot of the stuff that they're going to bring out. I think this is a great setup for you. And then they have this welcome kit, which we'll look at down below. I don't know if that's a $70 value, but you know, it's there. And then you get the tuition protection in there too for $45. So for another $200, you're getting great value here. So if you can swing it, this really does make a lot of sense. And then the ultimate package, I mean, you're at $1,300 here. You're at $1,000 here. So you're at $1,300 here. They're going to give you access to more of the videos, which is fine. I don't know how much your kid's going to be able to do in 1 year. They're already playing, you know, from spring all the way through next January. If you really think about it, you're only going to have a small break right as school starts, right? You cut off your travel and club ball, and you're getting ready to play high school ball. And then they have that one little period in there where you're not supposed to do anything because there's no viewing tournaments or anything like that. And you probably still have your kid working out. So I don't know how much they're going to get out of this, but it's a good value. I can't say it's not a good value. But then they throw in the kicker here, which is the lifetime pass for their fall and winter courses. So they go around the country, and you need to go look and see where they're having their fall and winter courses to see if it's convenient to you. If you're in a place where you're not close to it, this doesn't have a lot of value. But this is lifetime, so your kid can go to these anytime. And again, lifetime is relative, right? They're going to be playing high school, that's maybe 4 years. And then if they get an opportunity to play in college, that's another 4 years. How valuable this is, I'm not sure, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good offer for its lifetime. And then I guess you could be the 40-year-old, 50-year-old guy going to the course too, which would be a little creepy, but whatever. You know, it's there for you. It's lifetime, and it's kind of a great thing. Then they have the super protection, which is just an upgrade from your tuition protection. It just protects you a little bit more as you reach. They have these milestones where you kind of lose some of the value of your protection the closer you get to your course time. And then they give you the welcome kit, and then they throw in the champion book, it says here, but you get both of the books by signing up early. So I'm not sure what kind of value that is as far as if you go ahead and sign up early. So let's go down and look a little bit more about the package details. I was really interested in what is the welcome package. So you get a notebook, a water bottle, cinch bag, a lanyard, a pen, and a t-shirt. So I'm not sure why that's a $70 value sold separately, because I don't think anybody would buy all these. You will need a notebook there, and it's got the PGC emblem on it. You know, I guess it's good to have. And then these are the training videos, and then there's the book that they were talking about, protection plans. So the way they have it set up, you know, up to June 1st, and you should know by then what your schedule is. Only thing you really can't protect yourself against is injury, but you can still go even if you're injured. And you can always, you know, if it comes and you can't go, you can always give it to another family member. So you could sell it basically, an underprivileged athlete, but there's no refunds beyond that. So you can transfer it over to a friend or family member if you needed to. So if somebody else wanted to go, you could give them your spot, and maybe they could pay you a little bit. Otherwise, these are your refund periods after June 1st. You get a full refund up to June 1st. Then you get PGC credit, which means you can use it again maybe the following year if you needed to. And then if within 2 days or 3 days of it, some emergency came up in the family, you get 50% credit. And then this is that super one that we saw. You get a full refund, and full credit. You can't miss out, but that's like $90. I don't know how much of a guarantee you need there. They do charge you a transfer fee if you're going to transfer to another class yourself. So let's say you can't go that week of your course and you need to transfer to another time period. They do charge you a $50 fee. So that's something to know. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Come to the website. You can look at all the other stuff. You can look at the online training and just all the different things that they have. But going back to the course, I would say you want to do the Point Guard College. If it was me, I'd do the Point Guard College, and then I would probably pay the $9.95 to go to that, and then see about if I can make a deal with them to take the game time the next year. I think the game time would be really great. Back when my kid was going, they didn't offer this to the high school kids. It was only if you were in college already. Call it college prep or something like that. So anyway, there's where you are. It's all my opinion. Guys, go for it. This PGC basketball is to separate you from the other kids. Then that's what you're trying to do always when you're playing sports. How do I separate myself from what everyone else can do? The physical part, everyone's going to get. Any good player is going to be getting good training, good coaching, and being good game
they're going to have a lot of time to play the games and get good gamemanship. So they're going to be good at that regardless. What you're trying to do is separate yourself, and that's how you do it. And like I said, don't forget about the book. I think it's really important. You guys should get that even before you go, and you'll have a real good idea of what Point Guard College is even all about. If you get this stuff, good players should know. All right, guys, that's it. Best of luck 2015. This is my overview. If you have the money, take all the courses. It's great. You can't leave anything out. If you have the money, go ahead and take any of these packages. I think the core package is a good deal in that sense. It'd be great if you get the $100 off, but you know, you're going to get the book, and you know, you get the tuition protection here. If it's bare minimum, go here and then get the book. And if you can't do any of them, if you know someone who can't do any of them, this is a great gift. If you're a coach and you're coaching teams, or you have other family members, this is a great Christmas gift for everybody. Stuff good players should know. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks a lot again, and look forward. If you're interested in athletic scholarships, I will be coming out very soon with a new athletic scholarship website that's going to be fantastic, and you guys always know I try to give you the best price possible. I definitely kill all of these prices, so if you're looking for that, I really want you guys to have your kids and let them keep playing as long as they want to play. I don't want them to miss out on anything, and that's why I always bring this camp up, because people ask me all the time, what's the best camp? And this is just for basketball. I'm going to try to get the other sports too. All right, guys. I know I made this too long, but I just want to get this information out to you guys. We'll talk to you later. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to your young athlete. And let's keep them in the game. Bye.